Darlings, today I want to talk about how my life is. I don't even know. Like what is life? So I've talked about how I was feeling lonely because for whatever reason, I thought that I would get to enjoy living alone. I was thinking, well, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge, a little bit of a struggle, but I'll get over it and then I'll really enjoy it. It'll be time for me. Even though I know I'm a person who needs all the people. There's independent people and there's people who need all the people, and I'm like over here. Just all of them. Give me all the people. Not all of them. I mean some of them. Like if there was 100 people in my house, that would be too much. Anyway, and my partner had brought up to his wife about how it'd be cool if he and I could see each other more often, but he didn't know how that would work because we're all just insanely busy and it's difficult. And she said something like, just move her on in. And he didn't know necessarily about how serious she was, I believe. And so he talked with her because this was a thing we had discussed, but like in the future, not just diving on in because that's a little crazy. But yeah, so he talked with her. She's like, oh no, I'm actually serious. And so we all got together to talk. And it was very adorable and lovely because, the lights were dim, there were candles, we sat, crisscross applesauce together in a little triangle, and she had an amazing list of all these things to go over. And we talked about how that would look. And there were things like, finances and how we would split up space and household stuff and how much I wanted to interact with the kiddos and many different things, sleeping arrangements and all of that. And so it was very thorough and it was just a lot to go over. And then another thing came up about the dynamic between the three of us and the idea of maybe being like a triad or a throuple kind of got tossed out there. And we were all sharing how we would feel about that. And he was obviously very okay with that sort of idea. And I said, oh yeah, that would be cool, but we can just kind of let things happen organically. And she said something along the same lines. Then later that evening, I'm sitting there, I'm like, why the hell did I say that? Like, I don't know what that means because my brain has to know how to think about a person depending on how they feel about me. So one, it's really hard for me to let people in romantically and sexually. And then two, once I do, my brain gets a little interesting. So for example, my partner might be just in the kitchen cooking a meal and I'll just look at him and I'll think, how is your hair such a perfect color? It's very, very pretty and I don't understand. And you have beautiful eyes. And why is your mouth so nice? You have like the kind of lips that like a woman might stab her own mother for. Like how is that a thing? And like, oh, his shoulders look really nice and that shirt, and so do his biceps, and his butt looks really cute, and those jeans, and just the whole everything. And then I have other thoughts about other times, and I'm just like, yep. And then maybe he'll hoist one of his kiddos into his arms, and my ovaries just like, they spasm, because he's literally the only person who's ever made my biological clock tick, my uterus. I think was extra mad because she's like, why haven't you put a baby in here? Like, it's like, cause that's no uterus, knock it off. But anyway, so I'll have these thoughts and also that he cooks dinner, he cooks for his family. Anyway, so yes, these are the types of thoughts that my brain will have, and they're a lot, and I don't want to have thoughts like that about people unless they kind of return a similar sentiment, because if they don't, then it's just really, really creepy. And I was trying to figure out, like, how does she feel about me? Because I haven't sensed that attraction, and I tried to like kind of figure things out. We went on a hike and it was lovely. We picked rose hips and we were being hippies together and it was very nice. And I kind of asked like, oh, hey, like, have you been with other women before? I didn't ask it like that. That would be creepy. Why? And she had said, well, not really, like a little bit of fooling around when she was younger, but not much. And we talked about how women are intimidating. But it didn't really answer the question of, how do you feel? Like I need to know what to let my brain do, and if I need to take the time to like open up in that sort of way. Not that, I mean, well, anyway. So that evening, I asked my partner, like, hey, do you know if your wife feels that way about me? And he was really helpful, and he said, no, you should ask her. I'm like, thanks, that's what that requires courage and stuff, and yeah, thanks. And I joked to him that I should send her a little letter saying, do you like me that way? Circle yes or no, and like give it to her and run away, like giggling. And he laughed and he said I should. And so the next day I clit it up and found a image online that was the do you like me, circle yes or no. And I kind of explained a little bit about the throuple thing and how I was like, oh yeah, I don't actually know like what to think because I don't want to be inappropriate or anything like that, you know, because I thought about being flirty, but I don't want to be creepy. And she said, oh yeah, I actually do like you, I just don't know how to act on it. And my brain exploded a little bit because I was thinking, oh, that's exciting, but I don't know what to do either. Because there's a thing of second puberty, and I've experienced this before because I dated one woman a little bit before weird things happened with my ex-partner. And I felt so much like just a bumbling preteen, and the thing is if you've mostly dated the opposite gender, and then you're suddenly thinking, oh, hey, I could date other genders, you don't have any sort of experience bumbling your way through that. Because as a teenager, you might flirt, you might date a little, and you get to do all of that awkward, just fumbling about during those years. And then as an adult, hopefully you'll be more suave and you'll kind of have an idea of what to do. But yeah, if you are, let's say, a bisexual woman who's mostly dated men and then now wants to date a woman, like what do you... I don't know what to do. And then it's interesting because I have had the thought of, well, I could just let my more primal side out because that is definitely there. But then, of course, I don't know her comfort level because communication is the answer for this one. But like, I will very gladly just like throw her husband around and like just gnaw on him and just and very gladly have him do that back and anyway. I don't need to think those thoughts while I'm on camera, and but I don't know her comfort level and that sort of thing. I'm like, I should probably not just unleash that on someone. Probably a gentler approach is much more appropriate, and just getting to know each other better and all that. But yeah, the flirtiness and all of that is really interesting to figure out, and I don't know why. I mean, I know why it feels so awkward, but it feels so awkward. So I have a challenge ahead of me, challenge greatly accepted, but it should be interesting. And then also my partner is so cute. He's very excited that we're going to that his girlfriend and his wife are going to just, I don't know. So, and then also this is like top tier level polying. Apparently, like from the books I read, like triads are supposed to be really, really hard. And then living together is supposed to be really, really hard. But I feel like we're also easygoing and we communicate really well and we get along well. Of course, there's going to be road bumps, but hopefully it will work out. We even have a therapy session scheduled with their counselor guy who specializes in polyamory. So I feel like we are taking the steps because we've thought about all the different things and trying to look at things logically outside of the cloud of new relationship energy to be like, okay, like, are there any things we're missing that could be like really big speed bumps? But yeah, and the therapist counselor guy can help with that. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. And then also I might throw in like a friend with benefits into the mix. What is life? What is life? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop thinking on camera. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. And yeah, okay, bye.